KNTKGrill.com or stop in at 84th and Highway 2 today.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, September 17th. It is Packers-Bears game week, game day. We're about 3 hours away from another loss for the Bears. Unfortunately, I have a feeling it's not going to go over well, but I am representing my Chicago Bears stuff with my giant hoodie, orange, obnoxious Bears sweatshirt, and probably the first time I've ever worn this Bears hat. Out in public.
It looks new.
It is new. Yeah, I think I got it for Christmas last year. Haven't worn it, never worn it, but I busted it out.
Hats, so.
I have no expectations of this game whatsoever. I did a little research for you, Harrison. In the last 25.
Oh, these are gonna be good numbers.
Yeah.
The last 25.
The last 25 Bears-Packers games. And I talk about this because we have a lot of Packer fans that listen and text the show, so they'll like this. Last 25 games since 2010, the Bears are 3-22. In the last 13 years. Isn't that awesome? Or the last 12 years. So 2011, and that includes a playoff loss.
Yep,
in there too. So that's fun.
It does. None of these numbers make me feel more confident about today's game. Just so you know,
Nicole's like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just like
trash talking by any means.
I said I would.
A Packers fan.
I said I would rather. So the main game in our house is going to be the Ravens and the Steelers.
Very stressful.
Kids are stressed out. They're just Lamar's track record against Pittsburgh is
not great.
Ben was reeling off these stats to me earlier. He's only played Pittsburgh 4 times. He's been injured. There's been times where the Ravens have already clinched like the bye, or so they've rested players against the Steelers. But he's played Pittsburgh 4 times. They're 1-3, 4 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's been sacked 20 times.
Oh my gosh!
In 4 games, like they
just wild.
But all their losses have been so close. Like last year, the game they lost. I believe the Ravens had 3 drop touchdown passes in the end zone.
I mean, that's
right in their hands. And then Kenny Pickett turned into like a Peyton Manning Jr. in that game, and they threw a touchdown with like 30 seconds left as he scrambled. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And then a couple of years ago, they went for 2 in Pittsburgh, and they hit TJ Watt. Just, I don't know why he just, nobody blocks him, but he just runs right at Lamar, going for 2, and Lamar was rushed, and it was right over Mark Andrews' hands for the 2-point conversion. So, but growing up, not even growing up, this is how old I am, but I was going to say growing up, but not growing up. Pittsburgh, Baltimore was amazing.
Growing up, Baltimore wasn't a team.
No, yeah, they weren't even a team growing up. But those games in the 2000s were, something I'd always look forward to. Hard hitting, Ray Lewis, Palomalu. It was defense, which was awesome. But today's game is going to be a little interesting because Baltimore's pass defense is ranked dead last in the NFL. So we'll see how that goes. And they have the number 1 offense going against Pittsburgh's defense. It's going to be great. We're excited about it. But I would rather, on our second television, have Nebraska St. Mary's basketball game to watch
than Bears Packers
versus the Bears Packers. I'd rather just not have that on. Just look at my DraftKings app, follow along there, and just see what's going on. So maybe we'll flip back and forth. But I'm almost more interested in the.
I'm gonna have the basketball game on.
I'm more interested.
I might need that.
Yeah, that's right.
Like quick change it if I have to, if it looks ugly right away. And yeah, I don't know.
Well, so yesterday I know we're all kind of just beaten down, right? At least the volleyball team, the women's sports are.
Oh, they're fantastic.
They're awesome here. So they showed a graphic yesterday. I'm sure if you were watching the Nebraska USC game, like the team with the longest bowl drought.
I thought that was kind of rude for them to make that the trivia question. Normally, it's not applicable to the teams playing, right?
Easiest question. No, it always is.
Usually, it is? I guess I've never really paid attention. It was kind of rude.
Obviously, we knew it instantly.
Yeah, Nebraska fans were like, okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like so we're at 7 years. There wasn't even a team with 6 years. Like, we have the next closest team beat by 2 years. So then I'm thinking, currently, if you were to say the worst Power 4 men's football and basketball programs combined, because I was thinking, okay, we haven't been to a bowl game in 7 years, which is the worst of all the Power 4 teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then we haven't won an NCAA tournament game ever.
And the only
one.
Team.
So we could make an argument that right now we're like in we're just getting at the worst of any fan base there is when it comes to men's sports.
Men's sports, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah, it's I don't know what to make of it, Jeff. It's men's.
It is
brutal.
what it is.
Brutal.
So now all we need to do, guys,
you can't make it up, as they say, right?
All we need to do to go to a bowl game is to do one of 2 things.
We're not going to do any of anything.
Beat a team we haven't beaten in 10 years.
Easy.
We've lost 10 straight to Wisconsin. So that's one of them. Or number 2, and that's at home, right? Senior day, and I'll be there. Not as much as I'm teetering on the brink. Ben and I are going to that game, so we'll be there cheering our lungs out,
doing
to
your
try
part
to get this win. So if we can't do it Saturday, then the only thing we have to do is go on the road to Iowa at night, 6:30 kick, where they're almost unbeatable at home at night in a team we've lost 8 of 9 games to. That's it. That's all we have to do.
Got it? The bar is very low, of expectations. I didn't even watch the end of the game. I just didn't.
She's like, I'm going to go downstairs and just let your reactions tell me what happened.
And it was really quiet upstairs. I was about ready to be like, is this game over? Because you guys weren't even.
Well, it's hard to get excited anymore. Even when they're
or angry is what I was more expecting, an angry reaction.
At the point where UCLA and USC on the last drive for Nebraska, I was having a hard time getting excited. I'm I know what's going to happen at the end here.
Yeah.
Well,
we're not going to be able to punch this.
Especially yesterday. Yesterday, we have to score,
and then we have to get,
and then we have to go for 2, and then we have to win in overtime, which we haven't scored in overtime in 10 years. So the odds were stacked against us.
Yeah, it's tough.
So tough to talk about. But there's some positive things going on. Said the women's volleyball team they're to the point where it's just You just assume they're going to win, which is good.
You assume they're going to not only win, like, oh, what do they got? Number 5, I don't know what it is right now, but number 5, I think, are we number 5 still? Or are we 2?
The women's, but they're number 1.
Number 1?
Oh, yeah.
Volleyball?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Could they just beat doesn't matter. Either way, that it's one of those things where it's like, number 1 will be playing number 2, and you're like, okay, we might sweep them here.
Yeah,
we might just sweep the next best team in the country.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then we watch the men's, and it's like, I mean, even like the basketball game. I'm intrigued about the basketball game because, they haven't really been tested. I mean, haven't really played anybody good.
Yeah, St.
Mary's is always, they are a historical NCAA tournament team. Mm-hmm. Like every year they're in the NCAA tournament. Sometimes they make a run, Sweet 16. I mean, they, St. Mary's can get to the tournament and win games, but Nebraska can't. So, so it'll be good. It'll be interesting. Hopefully the men can shoot like the women shot yesterday. I mean, South Dakota was they posed no threat. They were 0-3. They were not very good, but
it's nice to have a good shooting night.
I saw our girl Britt Prince was in over 20 points last night, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So no, exciting. Well, Pete's what's Pete's? Like, all I see is there are 2. I don't.
Volleyball.
Oh, there are 2 games today. Did the Cowboys play today? I don't know. All right. So anyway, on to some positive stuff. So yesterday we had our quarterly last chance workout. So we did 3 hours of kickboxing.
The Cowboys play tomorrow night.
Huh?
Cowboys play tomorrow night.
Oh, I'll be in bed before that even kicks off. Oh, he sends our
reminder.
Yep, reminder. Oh, he's added another step for me. What's the? Let's see. He had another step. Say Beetlejuice. Okay. When you wake up, say your team's motto 10 times in the mirror. Then he says, screw it. Say Beetlejuice over and over. Something's has to work. This is Pete's free steps to,
getting
to
over
cope
the
with
loss.
our teams losing.
Yeah.
So we're the volleyball team's number 2, actually. So Pete corrected us on that. They're ranked number 2.
I thought there was some type of.
They should be number 1.
Scandal about
but that's
it.
Okay.
Not scandal, but whatever.
Scandal.
Not a scandal, but
controversy.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Controversy.
But at the end of the day, it's like it doesn't matter as long as they're in the top 4 and they get to the tournament and they're hosting.
It doesn't matter.
As long as they win out, they'll get there. They don't. I mean, they play Wisconsin and Penn State back to back, which will be tough.
Which is just insane that we're like, they'll play Wisconsin then Penn State too. Like that's like Alabama having to go play Georgia and then Texas.
Yep.
Yeah, and now we do have some guests today, so we're going to be talking some fitness stuff, and also, as promised last week, I think Harrison might have forgot about this, but I did say I was bringing in stuff to make some smoothies for everybody in the studio.
Because we've been talking about.
If you've listened to our show over the last 2.5 years, I drink a lot of cottage cheese, and everybody's just, this is gross. And I've discovered over the last couple of weeks of trying new things, which I have a bunch of new things that I tried this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of an apple, I've been putting strawberries in with my cottage cheese, and it is so much better. It's really good.
And you liked it with apples.
Yeah, I liked it with apples.
But
I like it even
better
more.
With strawberries.
So we're going to be making some strawberry cottage cheese smoothies in the studio for everybody to try. A taste test. And Harrison doesn't like cottage cheese. So this is going to be good for him because I don't either.
You don't either. That's why you started drinking it.
That's right. So most of the time when you make a smoothie, you're putting protein powder, something in there. So the cottage cheese is just your protein source.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you put protein powder and I put cottage cheese. And it's so good. But this week, you guys.
It's probably cheaper.
Wait,
cottage
why
cheese
not
is
just
pretty
protein
affordable.
Powder? Is that just not as good?
No, it's just they're different. So cottage cheese, the protein in cottage cheese is like a slower digesting protein. It's a little different than whey protein. If you use whey protein, it's kind of fast digesting. That's why it's good for like a post-workout because it kind of
gets to your muscles
pre-digested,
faster,
as they say, but that just means it's broken down. So the protein in cottage cheese is just a slower digesting protein. So it's kind of better for like that long-term
recovery.
Yeah, keeping your muscles fueled up. So, and it's cheaper. If
Yeah,
you're
definitely
It's a lot
cheaper.
cheaper.
right,
Yes,
yeah. If
yes.
you look pinching pennies, it's a lot cheaper to buy cottage cheese than it is to buy protein powder.
Yeah,
Yep, and
protein's expensive these days.
And I have the macros.
And we do. I mean, we still use protein powder.
Yes.
That's the other thing too. You usually do drink a protein shake made with whey protein during the day, later in the day also. So it's a great way to diversify your protein sources.
Yeah, instead of doing, it's hard to eat 5 or 6 meals a day, like sitting down with a knife and a fork and a spoon and preparing everything. So the two quick options I do is the protein powder, and I've gone back to adding spinach to my protein.
In the afternoon.
Yep, in the afternoon, and then in the mornings I'll do my cottage cheese. And I've actually this last week I made a bunch of smoothies. I had cottage cheese and wild blueberries that I did twice. Cottage cheese and strawberries, cottage cheese and apple. So it's very diversified.
It is.
that you could use it with.
I
So
know.
I want everybody to try it because
Whatever fruit you have, really, just throw it in there.
yeah, as much as I've been championing this for the last 2.5 years,
I've never tried it either.
even
so.
at the gym, I've already told Kristen that they're trying this when they come in, and they're gonna like it.
I've never had it. And I like cottage cheese, but that's why I would never blend it with water and fruit. I would just eat it with
But
fruit.
it's good. So anyway, couple new things that I had this week. Last Sunday we had a soup with and what was all in that?
So we made clam chowder, but I like to make when I make like a cream-based soup, I do this with potato soup too. I like to just put cauliflower and like vegetable broth and kind of simmer those together and then blend that up, and that makes a really good like base, like a creamy soup base
Instead of the high
instead
fat
of heavy cream or
Yes.
half and half or
Yes.
whatever you would use. So we don't use any of that. It's just the cottage cheese,
cottage
the
cheese.
cauliflower and veggie broth blended
Yeah.
together.
Yep.
But I actually also did add a parsnip to that.
Never
too.
had a parsnip before.
Have you ever had parsnips?
What does it even look like? I
They
feel like
look
I
like-
definitely had a parsnip.
A parsnip is basically a white carrot. It tastes it's just that's what it is. It's like a carrot that's white.
Probably.
I
I got
know.
no idea.
I don't know why you would even what make people use it for. It just tastes like kind of like a carrot. It actually made it kind of sweet. I had to put a lot of other stuff in it to balance the sweetness. So probably I would not use parsnip again, but I was just putting it in there to put the get that variety in there. So just the
So we
cauliflower,
had cauliflower, clams,
clams,
and parsnip
and potatoes were in it.
and potatoes. Very healthy dinner.
It was
we had
really
Sunday.
good too. It was good. I enjoyed
then
it. I kind of made it up as I went. But it
Then
was good.
throughout the week, I had I've had a lot of fruits, so I'm trying to eat 3 or 4 fruits and vegetables a day. It's kind of my goal.
You made all by yourself for lunch one day.
I've had
Your
green
salmon,
beans.
green beans, and mashed potatoes all by yourself. And you took a picture of it to show me.
Yep.
Although I knew because when I came in the house, it smelled like salmon in the house.
So we want to have more fish.
Mhm.
And then we went on Friday night. We were in Iowa for a
Thursday night.
Thursday night. We were in Iowa for Farrell's kind of conference, quarterly meeting with a bunch of the other owners. And we went out to eat at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in West Des Moines. So fancy restaurant, very expensive steaks, which was very good. But while I was there, and if you know me, and we've had discussions about this,
These are shockers
I
to me.
typically like to have I order my steak well done.
Yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, right.
Well
Okay.
done.
So yes,
At
well
a
done.
really, have you ever been to Ruth's Chris or heard about it? There's not.
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
I've never been though.
There's
so
none
good.
here, but it's like, I mean, the steaks are like $70-$80.
So it's Ultimate Steakhouse.
That's a steak. Yeah.
They
yeah.
probably wanted to slap you across the
No,
face.
I ordered it
I
medium.
shamed him enough to have him order it medium well.
I ordered it medium well, but
Any funny look?
no, nobody said
Okay.
anything. We had some side orders that came out, and the first side order was seared tuna.
Mhm.
So it was pretty much raw,
Yep, seared tuna is like you basically just sear the outside of it. I've never had that before
all
either.
red in the middle, and
Yeah.
I am just like I just can't. I need my stuff well done. I had a piece of the seared
And
tuna.
it was good. I was surprised. I'd never had it
Is it
before
like
either.
cold like sushi?
It was cold. Yeah,
I don't know if I
Yeah.
like that.
it
So
was cold.
but I tried it, and it wasn't too
And
bad.
you even said it was really just the seasonings that you tasted.
Yeah, didn't really taste. I mean, you eat tuna fish, which is it's not cooked really.
Yeah, you eat cold tuna.
Yeah, I eat cold tuna a lot.
Yeah.
But no, it's just for me to look at it like, oh, just like, but I tried it.
Mhm.
And then the other thing I tried was we had some crab meat stuffed mushrooms.
Which a mushroom for Jeff. So it's you know how they have stuffed mushrooms. So it's
Stuffed
just the mushroom
mushrooms.
top, the
Oh,
cap,
stuff with some crab.
stuffed with like a crab salad type thing. And that one was huge for me because I ate it and I liked it and I knew I would, but because I love mushrooms. Jeff is very anti-mushroom.
I don't know if I've ever eaten a mushroom. Well, I have. I guess I did once when I was trying to sell a deal back in my old days. I was at somebody's house trying to sell them stuff, and he was cooking dinner, and he's making these portobello mushrooms.
They were morel mushrooms.
Or
I
what
don't
do
know
I
why
say?
you keep saying portobello.
What is a portobello?
It is a mushroom,
Okay.
but it's not something that
morel
people hunt
mushroom.
for, and like that. It's not.
So he
a
made those,
delicacy.
and I ate them just because I was trying to get this sale.
Uh-huh.
It didn't work.
So you not only did you eat the
That's all it
crab
was.
stuffed mushroom, but he also had a second one. He ate
Mhm.
2, which was a big deal.
I went for seconds.
It's a big deal.
Thought it was very good. I
was
also
good.
had a blackberry
Never had
for the first time ever.
the dessert.
And it
was
was funny.
like little mini cheesecakes, and it had 1 blackberry, 1 raspberry, and 2 blueberries on it. The blackberries were really big.
And I just plopped it right in there.
Yeah,
And it was
Yeah,
funny because
right?
we're
Yeah.
sitting with all Farrell's owners, right? So I'm just like, Nicole's like, have you ever had a blackberry? And I was like, no. And everybody looks on their faces. We're like, and I'm like, I know it's a miracle. I'm a gym owner,
Right.
and I'm teaching people how to be healthy. So yeah, I had a raspberry, a blueberry. I mean, I've just had, a blackberry, I guess, which I've never had.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty good. Like I would sit there and I would eat them like,
Okay.
as a snack.
We'll have to get some.
So
I'm afraid to buy you fruit though, because all you'll do is just throw it in a smoothie.
as long as it gets in my system, what
No, but-
difference does it make?
Because sometimes
how I
fresh
consume
fruit is
it.
expensive, so I might as well just buy
Well, that's-
frozen
We can buy
blackberries.
frozen fruit.
Yeah, I
Is there
know.
any cost to frozen fruit? Like, does it not matter?
No, honestly, frozen fruits and vegetables are usually better for you because they're picked and frozen immediately versus like fresh fruit. There's some time where it gets picked.
Then they probably got to
And
put
then-
more chemicals on it too to keep
Yeah,
it.
preservatives to
Mm.
keep it, and then it has to so you're not eating it fresh off of the blackberry bush or whatever. So most of the time,
Picking it.
frozen is cheaper and more convenient because it's not going to go bad. You can have it in your freezer forever, and it's actually has more of those nutrients retained. So canned vegetables and fruits is where it gets a little iffy.
Yeah, I can see that. Like
Yeah.
canned mandarin oranges. I don't know if you guys ever had
Yeah,
those.
yeah, like or
Very-
any type of like
Very
peaches in
sweet.
heavy syrup.
Yeah.
So or like
I
even
also had
vegetables.
pineapple too.
Oh yeah, we did have pineapple at
Had some
breakfast.
pineapple for breakfast.
Yes, we did.
Pineapples. I'm not a major fan. Not bad.
Oh, I like pineapple.
Where does
It
that
was
rank
fresh.
One of our
pineapple.
members,
It's good. It's
For being good for you. anyways.
it's a pretty high citrus. One of the higher citrus fruits.
took a trip to Hawaii and ordered like 2 full pineapples that were shipped to us.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good.
That's the thing about
That was so good.
fresh. Like it was super fresh. The freshest like pineapple you could have.
I'm always asking her like, when are you going to Hawaii again? We need some more pineapples shipped to us.
It was
Real
really good.
pineapples.
But yeah, so blackberries. We did have
Had a little salad.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had some kale
it wasn't kale.
or whatever.
It was like a spring mix. It wasn't kale. It was not
I
kale.
still had a few bites.
Yeah. We did also have one of our 10-weekers suggest that you try mango. So we'll have to try some
You've
mango.
never had mango?
Why would he have had
Why are you
mango?
surprised
He's never
at
had a
this?
blackberry.
That
I
one
am
seems like
allergic
the more
to mango. So
common one that you run into, at least. Like,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you'll like mango.
I think you'll like
I think
it.
that's Mark that suggested I have mango.
It was.
The only
Yeah.
reason people don't eat mangoes is just because they're so hard to eat. I feel like
They're messy,
they're
kind of.
very hard to eat.
Yeah.
If you ever try to
I just throw it in with some cottage
See?
cheese and you're fine.
I am allergic to mango, so I can't eat it, which makes me sad. But I can eat dried mango, and I do like that a lot. It's really good. You would like mango because you like mango flavored things.
Candy.
Well, like drinks. Like you
Well,
would eat
true.
like Like drink that orange mango body armor. You like that probably. So you like mango flavored things. So I think you would like mangoes.
All right.
So we'll try that.
Look, we got some nutrition info in this first segment. Look at us.
Yep.
Well, my football's almost over, so
I know.
we're gonna have to start bringing some different subjects.
The bowls.
Hey,
we got lots
I'll tell you what.
Fruits and vegetables for you to try.
Before we go to break, my Houston Rockets are 9-4, off to their best start since 2018 or 2019.
Good job.
So I'll leave you with that. Actually, they're at their best start.
So maybe you and Harrison can start talking about basketball.
James Harden just exited and wanted to be traded. Yeah. So they're doing pretty well. They just swept the Clippers.
They were frisky last year.
They beat the Clippers back-to-back nights. So
yeah,
that was
and you
nice.
got Brooks, the villain of the NBA, leading you guys.
That's okay. It's fine with me. They're 9-4, best start in 5 years.
I actually don't mind Brooks that much. He's not like, I don't ever see him really do dirty things. He might like mouth off sometimes, but like he doesn't do Draymond Green stuff where I don't know if you saw him where like Zach Edey, he like tucks his ankle underneath him. So Zach Edey, I mean, the dude's a giant, comes crashing down.
That's ridiculous.
Stuff like that. I'm like, Draymond, I don't know how that guy gets away with it all the time.
Well, when you're 4 or 5 time NBA champion, you get away with that stuff.
True, and to be fair, he's not getting away with it. Like there's a fine.
Yeah,
you get locker.
Yeah. But all right. So with that, we're gonna go to break. Our guests are in the house. Lance and Kristen Smith are gonna join us here to talk about a lot of different things and try some cottage cheese and strawberries, which I know they're so pumped up about. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited. All built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We are joined in studio by 2 of our members. They are married, Lance and Kristen Smith. Lance has been with us. Well, they've both been with us since 2018. But before we get into their Farrell's journeys and stories, we want to get to know these guys a little better. So who wants to start with me?
Do you want me to take it, Lance? All right.
All right.
I'll get started.
All right, Kristen. So the questions we like to ask our guests are, number 1, where did you grow up and go to high school? And 2, what sports did you play?
All right. So I grew up in small town Loomis, Nebraska, just under 400 people. We were a D2 school, great little town. And I played all the sports I could play. So I did volleyball, basketball, and track.
Now, I've never heard of this town.
Have you, Harrison?
What was the town again?
Loomis.
Loomis. Nope.
Yeah.
So where is Loomis?
Yeah.
It's south of Kearney, close to Holdridge is like our bigger town. That's a couple thousand, but yeah, it's a really small little town.
Mm-hmm.
No stop signs that are electric. We do have one stop sign in a can, but that's it.
That's mobile.
Yeah.
A mobile stop
We can move
sign.
it around.
Yeah.
Stop sign in a can.
Like a big trash can.
Yeah.
That's on the main street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move the stop sign down.
But no stoplights.
What
funny.
what sport did you excel in? Like, what was your favorite sport that you were the best?
Yeah, basketball is my favorite. Still is. So
Okay. And do you have any one shining moment memories?
Lance and I were talking about this. This is hard for us because we loved sports and we played so many through elementary and high school. But my senior year in basketball, we were undefeated for most of the year up to state basketball tournament. And we have a couple records from that year. So it was just a really good year and it was a lot of fun with the girls.
So you played in the state tournament back then.
Way back then.
It'd be in the Devaney Center
It
probably
was,
is where you
yeah.
played. Okay. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
I never made it to state in anything.
Band.
Oh yeah. I was
Marching
in
band.
Marching band.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every school did that. We didn't have to do a competition
True.
to get there. It was just like, okay, here's the state marching band festival. And we were there.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess I did. It's at the state. Okay. All right, Lance, how about you?
I'm from Callaway, Nebraska, which is also another small town, about an hour northwest of Kearney.
Okay.
Getting told to go closer here. I did football, basketball, track, all through high school, I guess.
Okay. And what was your best sport that you excelled in?
I like basketball by far the most. I like playing football. It was fun. I guess basketball is more fun.
Any one shining moments for you?
I mean, I can make a bunch up.
Oh, so could I.
It was a pretty normal,
No buzzer
a
beaters.
normal sports career, I guess.
Whatever. He tells me all the time, all of them. So
Like
we about made it to state senior year. We lost by like 2 points or something.
for basketball?
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer, but
Did you have anything
then,
to
like,
do with that? Like you taking the last shot, missing, getting beat by the
not really.
guy? Like,
I mean,
did you
we
contribute
just
to that
lost
loss?
small spots in the game. We could have done better, but is what it is now. So
he was a good
it's already
three.
written.
Yeah. He was a good 3-point shooter because we both were. So we're both
Yeah.
in the papers. Like his grandma kept all the papers, and our names are in the records for 3-point
Yeah, it was
shooters.
kind of funny, and that was like
we didn't know
after
each other.
We were married
That's
5 years
crazy.
and looked at the paper. It was pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are the towns close together?
Not super close, like over an hour apart. We
Oh,
never played
okay.
each other. We were at like a couple track meets together, but
Okay,
didn't
yeah.
play each other in sports.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mhm.
So you guys were at the same track meets and you just didn't know it at the
Yeah,
time, right?
we didn't. Yeah, randomly, that was the one track meet I threw discus, which I should never have done. And he threw shots, so we probably even like saw each other because
Yeah.
we were in the same area that track meet. But no, we didn't know
There
each
was
other.
just no sparks or anything then.
No, we didn't. We must have not saw each other.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously.
All right.
That is such a common story, though, too, for people who grew up in small towns that they played like in every sport. I grew up in a small town, too, and I did not feel that pressure. I mean, I did try volleyball and basketball and soccer, but I never made it past like the C team and never like played for more than one season. So no passions were developed for me for sports.
I like to blame my failure in high school sports on
Your parents.
no.
Oh.
There's more two things. One, I was a year older. Now, if I would have been a year younger, so for example, like for basketball, in my graduating class in Waukee, we had probably 30 players that went out for basketball. And I just wasn't good enough to
Which I never knew
get
you
up
in
there.
high school. I was in high school when we met, but you had already graduated. But I had seen you play basketball when we were dating, and I thought you were a good basketball player. So I think you could have done.
Well, at the after prom in '97 when I was tearing up all the Carlisle kids,
Dunking on 'em.
Oh well, it was just putting moves on them, that
fake
type
shots.
of thing. Yeah,
Till he
the
got
head
injured.
fakes, pump
Till he
fakes.
hyperextended his knee, and we had to leave my after prom.
Oh,
I
oops.
did.
I know. But you were in a couple like 3-on-3 tournaments or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of basketball, but my grade there was 30 some kids that went out. In the grade below me, there were like 6.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, if I would have
we
been
didn't have that. It was,
Right. It was like always not very many.
Get
Yeah.
who you can on the team.
yeah, like I think I would have played more. So, there being so many players when I was like a freshman,
Mhm.
and they wanted people to play. So they came up. I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but they came up with, oh, well, at halftime, why don't we have let all the people that don't play, they can play at halftime.
Oh.
So we were the halftime entertainment.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd hit some threes, and
Yeah.
of course the coach was in the locker room with
The players.
getting the real players motivated. And he never saw any
You
of
didn't get
my
to see your
talent
tryout, your
level.
halftime tryout.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I was just a year off, and then 2, and now you guys might agree with this or not, but like at Waukee and in the smaller towns in Iowa, it's like, the starting quarterbacks, starting point guard, and the family. Like, so if
And
you're
their
not,
parents were
their
probably
parents
starters in
yeah,
their
so
high
it's like
school careers.
when
Yeah.
you move in like the 7th or 8th grade and you haven't been playing basketball since 5th grade, and you kind of had that too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool about our small town because us girls played together from elementary up.
Right.
So we had a core group of freshmen, and we started as freshmen and played all the way through our senior year together. So it was really special.
Yeah,
So-
I'd say that was the best part about small town sports is like they were your friends and they were your teammates, and you were all in it for each other.
Mhm.
Like that's what it was all about. So it was a good time, good learning experience.
So when the hot shot moves in from out of town, you just
They don't think you were
They
the
kicked
hot
you
shot.
out.
The Husker fan
The
moving
Husker
into an
fan.
Iowa school. Yeah, that
With
wasn't
a
didn't go well.
unibrow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that wasn't good.
I know. That's fun. So did you guys go to college? What did you do
Yeah, what
in
brought
college?
you to Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Nebraska Wesleyan, so I just like the school itself. I did play basketball there a couple of years, and then just intramurals after that, and that was actually more fun than real basketball with the pressures of a college and working and all that jazz. So I was here, and then Lance moved to Lincoln.
Yeah, I went to UNK for 3 years. I was going to be elementary educator. That didn't quite pan out as well for me as I thought.
Wow. Actually, I think you would be a really good teacher.
Same.
So then I joined the workforce and moved down here. Met Kristen
A week after you met.
a week or two after we moved down here, and
wow,
been together ever since.
And you guys have been married for how long?
17 years.
Very cool.
Yeah, together 20.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It makes us feel old because
Yeah.
we've been married for 26 and a half years.
Mhm.
So almost a decade on you guys. And now you coach your
Yeah.
daughter, right?
Yep.
In basketball.
Yep.
And your name on the My Zone is Coach K.
Yep.
I don't know where you got that name from. It's probably
Yeah.
from Coach Mike Krzyzewski, maybe.
Oh, no.
Or is
no,
this
no.
Coach Kristen?
Yeah, exactly. The
Right.
girls started calling me that, and I was like, that's cute. We'll go with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So do you do any other coaching or just the basketball?
Yeah, we've coached pretty much all the sports through elementary, like through the Y. We did softball. He did football one year. We did soccer, which was really rough for us because we didn't play soccer, but they needed to coach.
I know.
So we did
crazy.
it. And volleyball too. So now we're just down with our son in high school.
Baseball.
Oh yeah, you did baseball. So our son's in high school, so we don't have his sports for him to coach anymore. So we just do the girls basketball.
That was one thing,
Mhm.
like, I always thought, oh, yeah, we have kids, they're going to do sports and this and that. Like, our kids our daughter was never, well, she did play basketball in the Altoona campus, like in a kind of like the Altoona
Y.
campus, like a Y.
Yeah.
So she played a couple years in that. And I mean,
It was when she was really young. Like they don't keep score yet.
which always drove me. I'm so competitive at
Mhm.
everything. Like,
Yeah.
I'm playing Uno. I am playing to win. I'm playing Scrabble. I'm
Get it.
playing to win. I'm playing tennis. I'm playing to win. Whatever it is, I play to win. So that for me was like, they're like, oh, who hasn't got a shot yet? Well, I'm just like,
That's
it
how-
drove me nuts. And in fact, she told the coach one time, because I used to tell her, listen, it's about winning and losing. And she told her coach, I said that.
I know. It's hilarious.
But I was like, oh yeah, because Katie was born like at the same time as Shaq's daughter and
LeBron.
Kobe Bryant's
Oh, yeah,
daughter.
Kobe.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna be rubbing elbows. We're gonna be on the
We
circuits.
also had
and-
was he an Iowa football player, but then also a pro football player that was in our Lamaze class too, with his wife that was pregnant at the same
yeah,
time.
we had there was
Mhm.
a former Iowa running back, Liddell Betts,
Yeah.
who played for Washington I bet DP knows who he is.
Mhm.
Played for Washington for quite a few years.
Yeah.
He was in our Lamaze class with
Yep.
us. So I'm like, yeah,
It
but
was quite the generation that was born.
Yep,
year
quite the
2003.
generation.
Mm-hmm.
but it never panned out. She played for a couple years. It just wasn't really. Our
No.
kids never really had like that killer instinct.
They get
like,
that from me. I'm not
like-
competitive.
the drive to win.
Yeah.
Because then Ben wrestled. He went out for wrestling,
Well,
a kids wrestling.
yeah.
At Southeast Polk, which in Iowa is just it's a huge wrestling factory.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just hundreds of kids in there. And Ben just wasn't. He just kind of stood there and just wasn't
I have a
aggressive.
really cute picture of him though in his little wrestling shoes at practice, but it never went very far.
Yeah. And like now Ben is like obsessed with sports. Like
Mhm.
I feel like, he loves baseball and football. I mean, he just loves all sports. And I kind of wish like, maybe he would have got more involved, but he just didn't care about sports. He was more video games
Yeah.
until later. So I was
You never got to coach your kids.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have been a good coach because my mindset is about winning and
Same,
not
but
how
but
you
we
play.
manage
Lance
it.
and Kristen are
We
very
work through it.
competitive
Yeah.
also.
We don't play board games at our house.
Yeah,
It's a little too rough.
that doesn't happen.
We can't play one-on-one anymore because it ended in a bloody nose last time. So, yeah.
And I feel like too, I would have been one of those parents that would have been.
Yeah. You as a spectator parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been just kind of.
I probably wouldn't have sat
hard.
with you. That's also why
been
we
not
didn't.
good.
That's
Not
why
good
if we
parent.
had gone to the same school, we would never would have been together
You would
because
two opposite.
I was the
Yes.
PE like the MVP of PE.
Gym class.
Kickball, I mean, badminton, I mean, everything. Like that was just my drive to win. I wasn't blessed with the God-given talent.
With the passion. And,
like Rudy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had the heart because when I went out for football, I loved it. I was like 5'10" and weighed 130 pounds. Like I just didn't have the body for it.
You'd been eating all these fruits and vegetables when you were younger.
Yeah, that cottage cheese.
Yeah, and some cottage cheese.
I know.
You just didn't have the muscle mass.
No, I didn't. All right. Well, we're going to go to break.
Speaking of cottage cheese.
And during the break, I'm going to be making these guys some smoothies. So I got to get my stuff out.
Can't wait.
So the break might be a little longer than normal, but when we come back, they're going to be trying cottage cheese and strawberry smoothie, and we're going to get their instant reactions to what they think. So I'm going to get started on that. Stay with us for this. It's going to be a pretty fun segment. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
In dealing with the high interest rates, it's very important that you get as much bang for the buck. And that's what our Remington Homes is all about.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com. Pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, whether you want painted trim or other upgrades. Those are all options with our Remington Homes. If you're looking for more affordability and streamlined, you're probably better off with a Remington home. People get into homes that didn't think they could get into a home. A good product for the right price in budget.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry, this deal ends soon. See Home Club for details.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited. All built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak. Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back. I have made the smoothies for everybody. So we did a cup of cottage cheese, about a cup and a half of strawberries, and some water, and that's it.
Just fresh strawberries.
Just so you know, the macros on this, because that's always important too. Like you don't want to make sure it's worth your time, right? So the macros on this for like a little protein smoothie with some fruit, we're looking at 232 calories. There are 21 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein, and 5 grams of fat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's great, right?
If you have the whole serving, which none of us are except for you.
All right. So everybody, we're going to drink our cottage cheese
All
now.
right,
Hopefully
cheers.
you're watching this because there might be some reactions.
Real reaction.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
Good luck, Harrison.
try it. That is not as good as you said it was.
That
gonna
is
be.
awful.
Awful.
That is just,
I taste
at
straight
least for
stem.
me.
You taste
We
what?
did put the stems. We kept the stems on.
I did.
I think it's pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
see,
think
there we
it's
go.
bad. It's just, it tastes like cottage cheese.
Yeah.
It tastes like cottage
does.
cheese, and it's as thick as potatoes.
You could have put more water in
It's a
it.
little thick.
Yeah.
Could have put more water. Okay.
Mhm.
You need to wipe your mustache.
Mm.
He's like, yeah, no,
I mean, I'll
I'm
still drink
enjoying
it.
it.
It's fine.
Not that bad though.
See,
like,
right.
It's not as bad as you thought.
Yeah, if like you really need some protein, sure.
Rate it. If you don't like cottage cheese and you're somewhere and there's cottage cheese in the fridge, you could do this.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Could
be
you?
my first choice, but it works.
But you have to have a NutriBullet.
And it's quick.
You do have to have
If you have
a
a
NutriBullet
quick,
or
right?
a blender, but what's your rating then between what is okay? Let's
Minus
do
5.
what you
No, I'll be
thought your
real.
rating you thought it was going to be, and then what it actually is between 1 and 10.
Okay, we're gonna just go round table here.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be like a
0. Come on.
I thought it was gonna be like a 3.
Okay.
Just because I didn't think it was gonna be too overbearing. I'll give it like a 4.
So,
Not too
see,
much higher.
It exceeded your expectations.
Well,
It
that's
exceeded
true.
it.
That's true. I mean, I didn't really have any expectation, so I don't know. I guess I'd say maybe a 5 because I had a neutral expectation.
Okay.
And I actually think it's like probably more like a 4. It wasn't as sweet as you made it sound.
What you should
Maybe
have-
We needed
what
to
I
have
should-
better strawberries.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
add some berries.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the wild blueberries.
Mhm.
Then it's purple. Like it's purple. And then you're like, ooh, this is kind of like
It's
little-
fine. I'll drink it. I'll drink the rest of it.
Harrison, did you drink all yours?
Yeah, I finished it so fast. No, I probably won't either.
Okay, Lance.
I was gonna say about an 8 is what I was expecting, and I think it was probably about a 7. I would say.
Yeah, but
I would say
we
you
both
could
like
add-
cottage cheese.
On your forehead, even you liked it so much.
I was going in. I was excited.
Yeah. But you could make it better. You see how you could
Yeah,
make it
you
better.
could just put a
It's
And then
few
thing
more
is-
berries in it.
Lance and I both like cottage cheese, so that's
The-
why it wasn't as good as we thought.
The thing is using the cottage cheese as your protein source.
Sure.
In a smoothie, because everybody likes smoothies,
Mhm.
but everybody just uses protein powder, right?
Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's
Right.
a good way to
a good
diversify
option.
your protein. So what is yours, Kristen?
I'm gonna have to give it just a 4.
You thought it was going to be a 4 and it was a 4? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I was worried about the texture. The texture was fine.
Mhm.
The flavor just wasn't as exciting as I thought it might be.
Yeah, it needed to be a little sweeter.
The flavor could be better if we had like some different strawberries.
Yeah,
or maybe
the
I should have
strawberries
added
were
more.
a little anemic.
Yeah.
Should add more strawberries.
Yeah, but we wanted it to be the authentic what you drink, and that's how many strawberries you use.
That's me, and my
Right.
whole thing's gone.
You can have mine.
Jeff made his own whole one, and he's drank it all. I still have some on in mine, but
And I feel so much healthier.
well, we're all still alive at least.
Nobody had
Mm-hmm.
to go to the bathroom, the garbage cans.
Nope.
Everything stayed down. Like for me, with the cottage cheese, and I'm sure that's with a lot of people, it's the texture of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because
Mhm.
when I started with the meal plan with Matt, the Nutrition Authority, he's like, okay, you need to eat a cup of cottage cheese and an apple. This is how this whole thing started. Cup of cottage cheese and an apple. So the night before I started this meal plan, I tried cottage cheese, but I tried like one curd.
I
And I was
didn't
like-
know that. I thought he tried like a bite. He was in the other room, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's okay. I like it."
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's fine. So then the next morning, I got my cup of cottage cheese and I took a full spoon bite, and I was just like,
I cannot do
I
this.
mean, I had just my gag reflex. I was just like, I mean, I cannot take another bite. And I've always been used to, like, I've used this NutriBullet for 10 years. Like,
My Facebook memories last week was you making a NutriBullet from like a long time ago.
yeah, and I would put like Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale, like with 30 grams of protein. So like a Max Muscle protein, scoop of protein.
Yeah.
With all the greens in there. And then I would just drink the whole thing. So I was used to getting my vegetables that way. So then I was like, why don't I see if I can just blend this up in this NutriBullet? And it was born.
Hey, that was without the fruit.
3
You just
years
blended
later.
it and he blended
No,
it.
I put the apple in there.
Oh, I
I
thought
cut
you
up an
blended it
apple.
up, and then you said it just tasted like a cheese stick, is what you said.
It kind of did taste like a cheese stick.
That you drank.
And then I would do some applesauce, like I would do cottage cheese and applesauce. And then, but now I'm back to real apples.
So I
But-
think the consensus is if you like cottage cheese, you would like this potentially, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And
I
like
think maybe some cherries would
cherries
good
would
in there.
be really good. I actually will put cherries in yours next week because you haven't had cherries yet.
Nope, haven't had cherries.
Oh yeah, you would like that.
I love frozen cherries. They're my favorite fruit.
So I'm on this quest to like try new fruits and vegetables.
Did you hear? He ate a blackberry for the first time on Thursday.
That's a big step, Jeff.
I had mushrooms.
He
for
did
the
have
first time.
mushrooms. That was a big one.
I had crab stuffed filling mushroom
Mhm.
caps is what they're called.
Yeah.
Like a side order.
Nice.
And I had 2 of them. Like
Yep.
it's the first time I've had that. And then I've had wild berries, strawberries. I know Harrison's over there like
It's just so funny
At
listening to you like
46.
list them off.
He's so proud.
I know.
I am.
It's like listening to like a 10-year-old.
But growing up
Tried a green
in
pepper
my
yesterday.
house, I was never had to eat that stuff. Like,
Just meat
so I
and
just
potatoes.
so I just never really developed.
Although I don't think that's true, and we'll go to break, but we're going to be having your sister on. She's going to be our guest here in a couple
Oh
weeks.
yeah, my sister.
And so we'll
yes.
get the actual real truth
Oh,
of how many fruits and vegetables she
she'll-
was
Offered.
exposed to versus
yeah.
you. So
Well,
we'll get the truth when we have Andrea on here in a
Yes,
couple
she's
weeks.
going to be on with us in about a month from
Yeah,
now.
yep.
She is a mental health expert. What does she do?
Like she's a therapist.
Yeah, therapist.
Mhm, yeah.
Deals with ADHD, and so that's going to be a really awesome subject.
We'll
on
get all the real facts once Andrea's on.
might have to have her on for 2 episodes.
I know it'll be therapy
to get
session.
to get everything in. But
Okay, let's go to break.
Well, good. Oh, we got a text here. I want to read this real quick.
Oh gosh.
I feel like my son will be Jeff at age 46. I tried my first mushroom.
I know. Yep. It was a big deal.
Oh, great.
It was a big deal. Average Jeff.
Oh, we had another one. Bill and Bennett. See, look at this. This is a
Mhm.
great segment. Cottage cheese and pineapple.
Yeah, that's a good
that
one.
would be good.
That one's really good.
Okay, I might have to do that.
Oh, we have frozen pineapple in the freezer right now.
Oh, this is you guys. This is great.
You're gonna love the
I'm
pineapple.
gonna have a different fruit every day with my cottage.
You're gonna
cheese.
love it. We should have done pineapple today.
I'm so much healthier for it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. We'll get into these guys' journey in fitness, sparrows, and family here. So stay with us. 97 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
It's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Have you been told by your physician that your testosterone level is fine, but you don't feel fine? Get a second opinion. If your testosterone level is 200, 350, even 500, and you still have symptoms, come to Limitless Male. We treat the person and the symptoms, not the number. Our mission is for you to feel optimal again. So if you're tired all the time, no energy, brain fog, muscle loss, nothing left in the tank, get your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Now's the time to get your John Deere equipment inspected and prepared for next season. Acres trained technicians will thoroughly evaluate your machine and get it running at peak performance. And for a limited time, Acres is offering early inspection incentives. Sign up before December 15th and qualify for a discount on parts installed by Acres. Get no interest and no payments until November of 25 with approved financing through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. Contact your nearest Acres location for details.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Early break. You're going to give me crap for this? I was not in the stands for the blocked field goal. Kenny.
This is what? I did what? You did the
I knew.
again?
No, this is why.
Oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Whatever you're going to say,
I knew
I'm not even going to believe.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome back in. This is hour number 2 of the Fitness Fanatics. Hour number 2 is sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodmen offers financial services and member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, please give Sean Erickson a call at 402-483-6515. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures. So big shout out to Sean and the crew at Modern Woodmen for sponsoring hour 2 of our show. We appreciate all their support. All right. If you have any questions, you can reach us at the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. Missed any part of the show or you're like, wow, they just taste tested cottage cheese in a shake. You can go back, listen to that, or watch it on YouTube, Facebook. We're on Twitter, also Allo Channel 961. I believe that's the channel we're on. So a lot of different ways you can catch us. All right, guys. So we want to get into how you started with us at Farrell's. So Lance, I know you started first, so we'll start with you. What brought you to Farrell's back in 2018?
The company I was working for had a fitness challenge for all our employees. Chris and I were talking at the time of starting a fitness routine. We had just moved here, what,
a couple years before that. Yep.
We were trying to find different spots, going to the Y. At Kearney, I was going to Anytime Fitness. So we were just trying to find a spot where we fit in. Company was doing it. Took a leap of faith, jumped in. It worked. So stuck with it.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yep.
Most people are like, well, just because you're probably like, well, this is the company thing.
It was a challenge, right?
I wanted to
be the guy in the company that won.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
And you were.
And you did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did win.
Did win.
So.
You did win the $1,000.
Competitive.
So then, Kristen, did you do the next challenge right after that?
Yeah, I was known as the winner's wife, but yeah, I
Yeah.
did the next challenge.
Well, because
after.
you guys work out at the same time, which is not always the case.
We didn't.
We didn't at
time.
first though.
Okay,
so
did
they
you
didn't
start
even
at
know we
6?
were. Yeah, I started
Okay.
at 6, so people at first didn't even know we were married. But once they found out, they're like, "Oh, that's the winner's wife."
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
But then, yeah, when the kids got a little
Such
older, now
prestige.
we get to go at the same time, which helps.
So go back to kind of your 10-week challenge, because we actually have a 10. We're in going on week 10
yeah.
of our 10-week challenge in the fall. And then our winter one will start January 11th. So shameless plug for Farrell's here. We are doing a Black Friday sale where you can get 40% off the 10-week challenge that starts January 11th. But you also can get all of December for free. So you can work out the entire month of December because we always get into the, well, I'll start January. Well, we don't want people to start in January. We want you to start before then so you can beat the curve, break the norm of gaining those 3 to 5 pounds over Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Establish some
holiday.
new routines.
Yes. Not where you have to get there 6 days a week, but start to develop some new habits.
Meeting new people in the gym. There's a lot that you can do in that month before the challenge starts.
Yes.
I feel like you're not so just
Thrown
jumping
in.
into the deep end. Yeah. Pushed in.
Yes.
You can
yes.
wade in over the month.
So back for you guys, like what was kind of the most challenging part of your initial, sometimes like it's been so long since we've done it, right?
Yeah.
You guys did the 6 years ago.
Right.
Now you've done the 10-week challenge. And you would just be finishing up because you did the fall challenge. So you were kind of the same, almost same timetable here. Like if you go back to that 10-week, like what was kind of your struggles, things that maybe caught you by surprise, stuff like that.
I think mine was more of a positive surprise. So being in sports all your life, you're coached, you're taught how to do things, you're told to do things. So before we joined Farrell's, we were struggling. Like, I don't want to go run on the treadmill anymore. I don't want to. I would literally pulled up to the gym and like sat in my car and didn't go in one day. And I'm like, there's a problem here.
Right.
Because I like to be active. I like to keep in shape. So there was a problem. So I think it was more of a positive surprise of, hey, I actually like this. It's challenging me. I can be competitive with people that maybe don't know I'm being competitive with them in the gym or myself. So like,
but I mean, you do that at the gym too. You're on the treadmill next to someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't know you're racing them, but you're raising them.
Yeah. But that's good. Yeah. Just from that coaching perspective, like you're so used to being coached, that
right?
Being told, because I think that's what's so intimidating for people, and I think that's what keeps them from being successful long term. Because you have to like figure out what you're going to do every single day. Like you were in the parking lot thinking, I don't want to have to think about what I want to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And keep myself doing. And when we weren't able to go together because the kids were so young. So the nice thing about me starting after Lance was I already had helped with the food and figured that all out with him. And then to be able to switch spots and just go, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. She jumped in when I started and started the diet portion of it. And we were doing that together. And then, she came and
I think that helps a lot when we have couples, or like when I started with 2 friends. I think that helps a lot because you can have, what Jeff likes to say, you like to say that when you do it with your spouse, it gives you something else to talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Besides bills and kids,
chores,
and
work.
And now you're talking about nutrition.
Yeah.
And like,
complaining to each other how sore you are, and like trying to one up each other, like, oh, in my class we did this, well in my class we did this. Like, it does give you more to talk about.
Well, and I'm sure you guys have had the conversations, like one can be good cop, one can be bad cop, because there's probably days where you guys are like, okay, are we going to go today? And maybe one person's like, no, and the other person's like, yes, we're going.
Those are the days when Lance comes by himself.
Yeah, that tends to be me. I'm normally the one, and he's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I know we need to."
Yeah.
So that's good. Where if you're just by yourself, like you have somebody else holding you accountable.
Yeah, for sure.
I was not a very supportive spouse when Nicole,
I did the 10 weeks first. Yeah.
Like when she first did it, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna get pizza. Like I wasn't very supportive of her.
You weren't like not supportive.
No, I wasn't like, you're not going.
Because sometimes people can like be sabotage.
Yeah.
Like they're
like purposely.
Friends and family trying to get healthy.
I just
you weren't
wasn't
like that. I don't have horror stories.
No, I just wasn't like, okay.
In hindsight.
What are we gonna have for dinner? Like, let's make this fit into what you're, because I was a selfish person. But
resistant to change.
Right. And that's
weird.
Like sometimes when one person starts in a relationship, like to be healthy, and the other one doesn't, like you do start to feel a little like, I don't know if it's insecure, but like, oh, this person now maybe thinks they're better than me because they're getting healthy and I'm not. And I don't remember if I had any. This was so long ago, but I remember like my first week when I did Farrell's, I remember coming home and just like apologizing.
Yeah.
Because Nicole was like, she was great in my 10 weeks. Like, okay, we're going to cook this. You're going to eat this. Like, she helped me a lot. And I just didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
And after the first week, I was apologizing to her. So that's good when couples are doing it together, because you're on the same page and you're setting good examples for your kids.
Definitely.
That type of thing.
Yeah, that's really paying off now, because 6 years in, and our son's healthier than we are, the way he eats, and he makes sure to get a lift in like almost every day. Like they're really structured with that. And I think it's helped just by us doing it for so long.
Yeah. They see.
Yeah, our kids I never saw my parents exercise on purpose one time in my whole life. My dad and I went and played tennis one time. I don't even know why he went. My dad was one of those, we grew up in a small town. He went to the same high school that I went to, and he was good at every sport. He was one of those that was just good at everything. And so I remember him being good at tennis and being annoyed, because I'm like, I've never even seen you exercise one time, and he was good at it. But they were just hard workers. Like, that was their jobs were very physical, but they never grew up. I never grew up watching them exercise, but our kids have. I mean, my son, I started when Ben was 6 months old, so he's been around it his whole life. He does not eat healthier than us, though.
No, he does not.
Not yet.
No, yeah.
Well, we won't talk about our
Right.
daughter.
Yeah. He won't
get
until
there.
he has to. He's he's only 18. You can get away with a lot right now.
That's right. Yeah.
And I didn't have that either. Like, I mean, we joined I remember my parents joined like Seven Flags, which it'd be kind of like a Genesis or Good Life, in Iowa. And I remember going in there, and
I cannot picture your dad being at the gym.
Oh, I don't.
Did he wear jeans? Because I don't even imagine him wearing. I mean, other than he did do ferals.
He did, yes.
When we were the owners.
Yes, he
but
did.
that was as him being older. I can't imagine him putting on exercise clothes.
I don't think I ever saw them work out.
No, I can't imagine.
I remember going to Seven Flags, and there's these machines that talk to you and like counted the reps for you, and they were really fancy. And I remember getting on this pull-up bar, and you could put I'm only going to pull up 70% of my weight, so I'm just busting out pull-ups, but this platform's lifting me up, right?
Yeah.
But I never, we never had it just wasn't. We never grew up with that.
No.
So when we got married, it was we didn't exercise or do anything. I don't even think we drank water for the first.
I didn't drink water.
5 years we were married.
I don't think I drank a glass of water in my 20s. Period. I really don't think I did.
All Pepsi.
I just really don't think I ever did.
But yeah, so showing your kids
and
now Katie works at Bryan Hospital in the food service and nutrition part of it. So when she's with patients, she knows how to talk to them about carbohydrates and proteins. And
she understands the restrictions when she's putting their food orders in. She's really good about that.
Just that she's kind of been around that. And we never really put any pressure for our kids to, you need to do this or do that. But
but just being that example. And then, so how has that changed? How has that changed as your kids have gotten older? Has it gotten easier as they've gotten older? Or has it gotten harder to get to the gym and make your own health a priority? Do you think?
You think it's going to get easier, but it's actually busier now because we're 100% their taxi cab.
Yeah.
Lance drives them all over town all the time. And then the sports and school and everything like that. So if we don't get up in the morning and go in the morning, it's really hard for us to go. We used to be able to go in the evenings and take them with us, and they'd hang out at the gym. But we can hardly get to the 4:30, 5:30 class. So we've got to get ourselves up and go.
Get there in the morning.
Yep.
Get it over.
But every now and then you guys pop in.
Yeah, sometimes.
And I'm always like, date night?
Yeah.
Date night for you guys? Yep, this is our date night. We're going to work out.
One of the free ones.
Yeah, when we don't have practice or anything going on, we do try to pop in. It's nice to see other instructors and get some new material for me too. So we like to try to get to those other hours.
Yep.
Gym Target Dan.
Yeah.
I know that Target right there.
Yeah.
Shopping,
helps.
Gym, and then go shopping right afterwards.
But the switching when they were younger wasn't too bad. We lived close enough that we could literally just switch places, and someone would always be home. And so that worked out pretty good and held us accountable that I couldn't miss if I knew he was coming home and finding me in bed. So I better get going.
Yeah.
So
that would be an extra. Like when Jeff and I first started, I worked out in the morning. He worked out at night. So I'd work out at 6 a.m. We had an 8:30 p.m. class.
Oh,
and
wow.
So Jeff worked out at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So it was like he would be home when the kids were getting up, and then we would both be there to get them up and ready for school. And then they would go to school, and then we would put the kids to bed, and then he would go get the workout in. So it definitely evolves as your kids get older. Yeah, it does. And you kind of that's why it's important to establish those routines, because if you started now, how much harder that would be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would be.
It's so hard
And
as
now
a parent.
Now we know we got to get it in. So
Mhm.
it's like,
Instead of thinking
make
like,
time for it, right?
yeah, instead of thinking I'll make it work.
Right.
And you're going to be like, oh, I'll drop them off and then I'll come get the workout in. And you know, that's not going to happen.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I know it is important to establish routines.
For sure.
Kind of when, if you can do it earlier, the better, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then once your son starts to drive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like maybe you'll be coming to night to
You
classes
never
a little
know.
bit more.
You might see us again more in the evenings, because I started instructing in the
2
evenings and
times
I
a
was
day.
able to do that. But
Mhm.
it's really hard right now.
Yep, it is. I think that's a very common barrier for people, but you're
Mhm.
still making it work. Like
Yep.
you can, you just have to be real about like making that sacrifice,
Mm-hmm.
I think, for yourself.
All right. Well, let's. Oh, go ahead. Go
I was
ahead.
like, it definitely helps. So I travel for work too, but now like I know I have to get up before I start my day at the conference and go to the gym. So like that stays very consistent once you get into it. So it's nice to have that pattern.
Yeah, I can't start my day without exercise. It's very difficult. Like when I have to teach at 8:30 or 9:15, it's almost like my brain does not turn on until I work out.
Yes.
So when we go places, I still am up because I'm just used to being up and still have to get my workout in. But
Yeah. Yeah. The day's definitely different if we
Yeah.
don't go.
yes, big time.
All right. Well, let's take a break and then we'll keep this conversation going when we come back. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
My husband has always been the one we depend on. He's a great dad, loves the outdoors, but lately he hasn't been himself. He tried to hide it, but I can tell he's struggling with his mental health. I called the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
988 calls and texts are free and confidential with skilled caring support 24/7. No judgment, just help.
988 saved my husband's life.
Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Our Nebraska public school teachers make a difference in our communities. I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents to support learning and growth. Our kids do better, community pride grows, Nebraska thrives. Our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law Group at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
Early break. You're going to give me crap for this? I was not in the stands for the blocked field goal kick.
This is what? I did what? You did the
I knew.
again?
No, this is why.
Oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Whatever you're going to say,
I knew
I'm not even going to believe.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through November 17th, enjoy USDA prime boneless ribeye steaks for $26.99 per pound. 8-ounce USDA choice boneless New York strips for $5.98 each. 24 packs of Coors Light and Miller Lite for $17.99 when you purchase two. And call 402-486-6611 to place your holiday orders today. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We're joined in studio by Lance and Kristen Smith. And Kristen is actually one of our instructors.
Mm-hmm. I am.
So how long have you been instructing for now? I think 3 years.
I think right around 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. I know.
Yeah.
We're going to go a different direction.
He does this to me every time.
Sometimes it's like teaching class. I have a plan and I go somewhere else based on what's going on.
I don't think you ever have a plan, but anyway.
I do. I usually have a plan.
We'll talk about that later, but
All right.
I want to switch gears a little bit and talk to you, Lance, because I know that you had some kind of I don't even know, just some addiction issues in your past. Did you want to talk about that a little bit and kind of how that's evolved?
Yeah, probably, what was that? 2012.
Yeah.
I was drinking pretty heavily. Just had a young family, started not making all the best decisions I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I was very overweight at that time.
Yeah.
255.
Yeah, he was probably the biggest I've ever seen in that.
Kristen was going to the gym, getting in shape. Basically told me to get in shape. So I went out in the backyard and started doing sprints and started running from there. And but that running kind of helped me fight through that addiction with
Mhm.
alcohol, I guess.
Mhm.
Maybe it was turning it to exercise,
Mhm.
which would be a healthier outlet. And then and then this gym just is way better than running all the time.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
Yeah.
Running can
My
sometimes
knees hurt. My
yeah,
hips
and
hurt.
especially when you're exercising there is a lot of like debating against like exercise and how it can help people with their mental health. And like we would never
Yeah.
say like you should substitute exercise for getting actual help if you need
Right.
help with your mental health. But
Yep.
the fact is it does help a ton. And I think when you're working through things that maybe people are struggling with, like you knew you were struggling with alcohol and it was not something that was healthy.
I think it was like the changes I was seeing running and then the not drinking and the weight coming off. It gave me a better view of myself, I guess,
Mhm.
than
Yeah.
what I had at the time before, which was probably causing the
Sure.
initial
Spiral.
addiction
Yeah.
issues,
Yeah.
problems. So
But I think that's not, I mean, and maybe if you had just tried to stop drinking and didn't incorporate the running at the same
it might
time.
not have stayed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think,
I 100% agree.
yeah, I mean, I think that's important because,
Just got to do it how you got to do it. I mean, you're the only one that can control your journey, right?
Yeah.
So
yep. And, if that hadn't worked, then you would have tried something else,
Right.
theoretically,
Right.
because
Correct.
it was something that was important to you. You were seeing that you were kind of going down a path that was destructive to
Right.
you and your family, and that happened to work for you. If it didn't work, then maybe you would have tried something else. But I just think it's important because people don't talk about that so much. And exercise is a huge way to kind of work through things. And I think running is definitely its own kind of beast. So
Mhm.
you're kind of
you
working through.
you fight through a lot of demons when you're out there running.
Yeah.
So
Because it's just you and your thoughts.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you got, and maybe some music, but most of the time you're there in that head, and
Mhm.
you're working through that stuff. So
Yep. That was a good bridge. And I mean, we run, we like to run, and sometimes you're running because you can, sometimes you're running to make your inside emotions match how, you want your outside to be exhausted, your body to be as
Mhm.
exhausted as you are mentally. And I think sometimes that's a good
and sometimes when you're
balance.
just tired, you just stop thinking about that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like it does. Some of that stuff just really doesn't matter that much.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
when you're done, it's unlike drinking, like it's kind of the opposite because when you're drinking, you maybe enjoy it while you're doing it and then you
Right.
feel really bad afterwards. But exercise, you hate it while you're doing it, but then you feel good
Yeah.
afterwards.
You're right.
So it's
You're right.
really good balance. But like, I think that you were probably in the right place in your head to be able to make that change.
Right.
So it was just fortunate that you were able to like put those two together.
And that's a hard thing, like when people want you to tell them like how you did it, and it's like, I mean, I had to do it through myself, and that's what it takes. Like
Mhm.
I don't know how else to say it. So
Mhm.
No, that makes sense.
I can share my journey and tell you what I did, but it's not like a magic recipe for
Right. It's not
getting
like a
fit
template.
or staying
Yeah.
in shape. Like
It's just being
Yeah.
wanting to, see positive changes.
Well, and it goes back to
Growth.
what AD always says and what's on our gym wall
Mhm.
is having strong reasons
Mhm.
weaken the excuses.
Mhm.
Right?
Yep.
Which ironically,
We put up
Kristen
there.
and Lance put that.
We put that
Yeah,
on
we
the wall.
remember
Jeff.
on the wall.
Yeah, they were the ones that put it on the wall.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
Full circle.
That's
circle
right.
moment.
It's all
Yeah.
connected.
Yep. But how has that kind of changed for you then as the year? So how long did you run?
Oh, I was tortured to go with him
Yeah.
on this journey.
She tried for a while. What
Did
was
you
that,
ever do any like long distance stuff, or did you were just running for yourself?
So I was training. What was
We did like
we signed up one year. And it was either, I think it was 2013. We were
Mhm.
going to do the Lincoln Marathon. We lived in Kearney at the time. Started training, going hardcore. Was getting ready for it. And my cousin ended up getting married that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So
So you conveniently were
We
able to
missed
get
it.
out of it.
Yeah.
Darn! I
Yeah.
can't
We went to the
do
wedding.
this.
yeah. Yeah.
and
Can't
it was
miss
like,
this.
and I was kind of excited. Like I've been trying to do it. I knew I was probably gonna. I mean, I wasn't gonna win or anything, but
Mhm.
I wanted to
Finish it.
Yeah.
finish it, or have something like that I had worked for and got to. But it's all good.
Yeah. So you ended up you did have
No.
never done like a long,
No.
like,
I mean, we did
half
like
marathons, full
5K
marathons.
every
Yeah.
weekend.
5K every weekend. Anyone we could find in the Kearney area,
Mhm.
we were probably at it.
But I think that's good too, because I think sometimes people maybe are resistant to running because they don't want to turn into that person, or they don't want to have the pressure of like, okay, well, maybe I want to try running, but then I don't want to turn into that person that ends up having to do a marathon.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
You can just run just to run, like to
Mhm.
get the exercise, to be, build that confidence in yourself and build up your endurance and see what you can do. We have a friend in Iowa, Josh, that like for years he would run like a half marathon every weekend. Like he
Yeah.
would just go out and do it on his own, like maybe even multiple times a week. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't really hardly ever training for something. He would if like some other people were signed up, and it was probably just because he knew he could run
Yeah. He
faster
would
than
never.
anyone else.
He was like,
Yeah.
why would I pay for that when I can just go do it,
it
by
myself.
myself?
Yeah. Yep. But running is something that, it's tough, especially the older you get. It
Yeah.
starts to wear on you.
Yeah. I mean, when we first moved down here, I was trying to run and just no success.
And you had a physical job too,
Right,
which makes a
yeah,
huge difference.
yeah.
Like if you're being really physical in your job,
Mhm.
it's hard. So then what were you doing like prior to Farrell's? Were you just kind of still just dabbling a little
Yeah,
bit?
just kind of going to the Y every so often. Like,
Right.
It was just very sporadic.
Monday,
and trying
Tuesday.
to
Yeah, bike rides with the kids.
Maybe doing
That was
like
like-
basketball, men's
Oh, sure.
basketball league.
Yeah.
Sand volleyball.
Sand volleyball, just trying to stay busy where I could.
Mhm.
Yep. So what do you think, both of you, because you said you had to run too, like
Mm.
what's the difference between like doing Farrell's and running? I mean, I know because I do it too, but like,
For me, it's my attention span.
Mhm.
So I like the movement and the fast pace of Farrell's. I don't like to run
Yeah.
long term, even with good music. I'm like, all right,
I
this
get
is
that way
fun.
too.
So I needed like in the variety. Like I do like kickboxing, weight strength training, kickboxing like that every other really helps me too. So
Mhm. I think punching something is much more fun
Yeah.
way to get cardio in.
it is an
It's
enjoyable
all
moment.
out, better feeling throughout the body.
Yeah. I just, I don't think whenever people try to talk about how they don't like to do cardio, I'm like, you should do kickboxing because you're
Yeah.
going to,
No,
that's
it's-
why AD does kickboxing.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to do cardio
Yeah.
Mhm.
anywhere else, but
But it's fun cardio where
Yeah.
you don't really realize you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we look at like, our 10 weekers that we just did the last chance workout, and we probably had, I think, like 9 at Meadow Lane and maybe 7 at Yankee Ridge. So we had about 16 people that did all 3 hours. And I'm like, man, you guys think back to just 9 weeks ago.
Right.
Day 1, our 5-minute warm up, and
Right.
they're just like, gas, and
hard.
just
You're
can't
never
can't
gonna be able to do it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then just 9 weeks later, they're out there for 3 hours, not sprinting for 3 hours, but moving and working out for 3 straight hours, when just 9 weeks earlier, after 5 minutes, they're just, I don't think I can finish this.
right. Yeah.
I
Yep.
think that 3-hour workout at the 10 week is a good thing because people get to see, like, man, I thought there was no way I could do it, and then now I'm here.
Mhm.
Mhm.
For it.
Yeah. I love it
It's
when
cool.
the 10 weekers take on the challenge. I also love it when fit members who have been coming for a long time and never done the last chance workout try it for the first time
Right.
too. That's really cool. We were giving one of our instructors, John, a hard time because he had posted on Facebook that morning that he was going to do all 3 hours, and then he wasn't at the gym
At 5.
at 5, and then he got there at like 6, and I was like, what? I was gonna mess with him on Facebook, but then I went and looked, and he edited his status because he said he fell back asleep on accident,
Oh,
like on
no.
the couch.
Oh no.
He was bummed because he'd never done it before, and he was really looking forward
No,
to
that's
it.
Yeah.
But it is kind of fun. That's why we really like that. But and then just real quick, Kristen, going back to talking about instructing, like
Mhm.
besides Jeff asking you if you wanted to instruct, like why did you want to instruct, and like what keeps you kind of going on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to just being a coach too,
Mhm.
right? I like to motivate people, and I really feed off that energy as a person in general in life and all things. So like being able to help people and see that improvement and see them respond to that just helps me come into the gym too.
I think for you too, just kind of seeing how you've evolved as an instructor, I think
Mhm.
it's helped. And maybe I've just only say this because I know of other instructors that say this, but like you were really nervous.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like, do you feel like it's helped build your self-confidence? Has it helped you outside of the gym also to do things?
Definitely. I have like a very public job in public speaking. So that part I just get over. But being at the gym like that close to people I really, really knew, it's a lot harder to do than to people you maybe don't know all the time. So yeah, I was definitely nervous. I didn't want to make too many mistakes and give them a bad workout and set their day off wrong. So the expectation was too high for me in my head. But yeah. It's
But you
definitely
did a
helped.
good job of getting over that because sometimes people don't anticipate that it's going to be as nerve-wracking as it is, and they don't push themselves past that point. So I think you've done a really good job of that.
I still get nervous when I teach. Like I'm up there just a couple minutes, just
Especially if you have a class where there's like all
no
instructors or a lot of instructors.
Yeah, you're busting out. There's like, oh, there's 6 instructors at 5 a.m.
Right.
Like, you know, not that I'm not nervous because I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like, you know,
the bar is
people
high.
are expecting me
Right.
when I get in that square, the instructor square, to deliver a great class for them.
Yep.
So that's kind of where I feel pressure. And if I don't, then it's like, oh, okay. Like, so that's the pressure.
Well, I hope
that
all
feel.
of our instructors feel that way in a good way, you know, because then otherwise you're just kind of like going through the motions and nobody.
Well, and like
wants that.
what, you know, or I can't remember, was it Todd Dorr or somebody that had said like, you don't want to be the instructor that taught that person their last
That
class.
was Dave Kovar said that, but yeah.
Walking out of the gym because of a workout that they
They didn't
just,
like.
and they
Yeah.
never came back.
Right.
We've all instructed somebody's last
Yeah, oh yeah,
class.
we have.
For good or
But
bad.
it
And you're
doesn't-
gonna anyways.
Right.
like-
And it doesn't mean it was that instructor's fault
Right.
either. But like, you know, it's just like that saying when your kids are younger and the time that you like give your kids a bath for the last time. You
Right.
don't know it's the last
Yep.
time until
Right.
it's, you know, and even when that person leaves that class, they might not even know this is the last time, but then like they don't come the next day and then they don't come the next day and then it just snowballs. So yeah,
Well,
I
and-
don't think it's on the instructor when it's their last class, but we
And-
do all have that.
And speaking of coaching, these two
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
coached
Lots of
Mark Onweiler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were Mark's coach in his 10-week challenge and were kind of, you know, his cheerleader throughout the entire year
Measured
process.
him through the whole
He killed it.
process.
Measured
Mark
him
did
every 10
amazing.
weeks and you know, got to know him over his year challenge and got to be, are you guys there when he won?
Yeah. I was instructing.
Oh yeah, you were I mean,
Yeah.
so that's kind of rewarding, like, you
How
know,
nervous
just-
wracking was that when Lance Farrell walked
Yeah,
in as your
I know.
instructor?
And I made it really hard because I didn't want to give Mark a soft workout because it was
Right.
going to be short anyway. And he was like, you made me so sweaty for my pictures. I was like,
That's the point, Mark.
I thought you needed it.
at least as soon as Lance walked in, you could be
I
done.
could be like,
Yeah.
okay, we're done.
Yep. He wasn't jumping in there because I've taught a class with Lance Farrell in there. And
Me too.
Well, I
Like,
think
I think
we
I
were
was the-
there when
You
you
won
got
too.
the belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were there for that time too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was our
Yeah.
second.
I was teaching that class.
Interruption.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
When Lance came in for sure. But that's cool. And that's what's fun about coaching because you start because you want to encourage people. But
Yeah.
then when you coach, you get so much back from it.
Yeah,
So,
100%. Like
yes.
that was amazing to see Mark. Mark took it and he went with it, right?
Right.
Like he took
literally
control
just
of it.
like melted.
He
Mhm.
followed everything that we're about or Farrell's is about and
Mhm.
the results are there. So
Yeah.
well, we
So
just had a kind of a Farrell's conference meeting, quarterly meeting in Iowa. And one thing that Lance was talking about, and something that I need to get in my mindset is, you know, we were talking about, because we get people that, and you might be out there listening that, you know, have signed up for, you know, to get more information.
Mhm.
And I'm texting people and emailing. And, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to stay with that person when I've texted them. And some people might have been listening that have had text for me 5 or 6 times that do not answer me back. And, you know, Lance was saying, you know, that person that's on the other end of the phone or they could be the next big transformation story. They could be the next Mark Onweiler.
Yeah.
Like, so we need to do our best to get them into the gym, even though they might not want to.
Yeah.
And
I
they fight
know.
against it because Mark didn't want to do this for, a year and a half. We'd been
Right.
doing stuff with the ticket. And
Yeah.
he's just, no, not doing it.
Yep.
Forget it.
I know. Yep.
So you never know when people start and start, like if you're out there listening now and you're like, oh, maybe I should join for January and do Black Friday. Like, you never know what that one decision could look like. Like, look at you guys. I mean, Lance, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this, and because the work's doing it,
and I want to win.
and
because you won extra too, right? Didn't you win through NGC too? Yep.
So like just those one decision to start, and now here we are 6 years later.
Right.
And just think about, like, can you imagine? I mean, I'm sure you guys would still have great lives, but like if you would never had joined,
yeah, it would be different.
Farrell's,
Right.
like what, like where would you be going? Would you be in good shape? You just don't really know. It's kind of.
Would you be able to coach your kids' sports the way that you do now and be in part of it?
Yeah.
So that's huge.
I mean, even like our fun things we do, like sand volleyball, we could feel a difference.
Yeah,
like
for
or
sure.
indoor ball. I still play indoor.
We'll say it all the time. Like, we should have been doing this
When we were in
high
our 20s,
school.
like,
Yeah.
why
we
were
would have been
doing-
amazing at it. Like, what
Right.
are we doing?
That's so
Yeah.
true. I know.
Because it's like we can actually move, we can jump, we don't hurt as bad the next day as we would have. So
It's never too late to start, but I think most people would wish they would have started sooner.
Yeah,
Me too,
agreed.
for sure. Yeah.
And you're doing it for yourself. So just come do it. And you're just going to get in shape by doing it. So
Yeah.
there's no
You're-
reason not to.
You're worth it.
Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah.
You can do it.
That's right.
All right. Well, we're going to take our last break, and we'll be back to wrap this episode up with Lance and Kristen. So stay with us on 93.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Kingdom Sports Minute with Ron Brown. Nebraska coach Tom Osborne hired Boyd Epley in 1969 when he noticed injured players were recovering more quickly using strength training methods developed by Epley. Epley was hired as the first full-time strength and conditioning coach for college football. Epley started an entire industry that would include thousands of professional coaches and large state-of-the-art equipment rooms throughout the country. While Boyd Epley didn't coin the motto, no pain, no gain, he helped build an industry on the idea that every football program needed to lift weights during the season. Scripture teaches us not to run from our pain, but to realize it is essential for our spiritual maturity. Our struggles help us to identify with Christ's suffering. Through suffering, we're conformed to his image and equipped to help others in times of distress. The Thessalonians were experiencing pain and affliction in many ways. Rather than isolating themselves in chapter 3, they continued to stand firm in their faith. Visit kingdomsports.online.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we just have a couple minutes here left with these guys, so we're going to talk a little Husker sports. We're not going to talk football because nobody wants to talk about that today. So let's talk about some exciting Husker sports, which we need to go to the women's side if we're going to talk excitement. So I know you guys are big the women's basketball fans, season ticket holders. So I know Nebraska, the ladies are 4-0.
Yep.
Had a nice, easy victory last night over South Dakota. So I haven't really played anybody all that great yet, but you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
You keep chalking up those victories.
It's a good start, though, especially. Are they a younger team or is it just the one player?
There's a lot of new players
Yeah.
to the team, so it's good for them to build that connection, I think, now early on.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, they have a good senior, obviously, in Markowski. But I think everybody, I don't know if they have any other really seniors out there.
I think one transfer in that is.
Oh, okay.
But,
Okay. Okay. So what's your outlook for them this year?
if they can start strong, that seems to be some of the issue.
When's
they
the
start
biggest
a little cold?
When's the biggest
That's a
challenge?
That's
that
a
they have
great
coming up?
question.
Oh
Nicole.
yeah.
So between our girls team that we coach and
I know that's the difference between basketball and football. There's so many basketball games.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, they played tonight, or I'll
Yeah.
see something on Twitter and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're playing. Like, I wish, I don't know if Karen listens, but Karen Heinzel always gives us a little calendar of like,
Oh, yeah.
the
Yep.
football and volleyball.
Yep.
Like we need basketball
We
schedules
do.
that I can hang up at the gym so I can be like, oh, they play tonight. Like now I need to.
Well, you can print that off somewhere yourself. You don't have to.
They also have an app for your phone.
Yeah, they can alert you.
You know what? I
And they
do.
put it on
I do.
Facebook.
Yeah, I do need to get
Right.
alerts. So I know. Sometimes I don't know until the game's actually happening. So have you guys been to any games yet this year?
We have. So we missed the first couple too. Our mom took the girls, but we went last Tuesday and watched them play. So that was fun to see them all on the court together. Really excited about Britt. I know everybody is, and she looks amazing out there. So
Yeah, she scored.
She got
in
over
the
20, right? In the last one?
Mhm.
Yes.
We did. They play Creighton here in a couple of weeks. Is that a big one or no? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's usually
always a rivalry.
pretty
Yeah.
good game.
Yes.
Just 'cause it's Creighton. I think they're ranked too, or is that just volleyball?
It might just be volleyball.
That's here in a couple days actually. The 22nd. No, next Friday.
Nice. Yeah.
Next week is like a huge week for Husker sports in general. Like, the football team plays Iowa, which I'm going to be there.
Oh, you're going.
Yep.
I don't want to go, but I'm going.
It was his brother's ticket, so he's going
okay.
in memory.
That's nice.
Yes.
I basically got like this
railroaded,
it'd be
hamstringed into
great
it
if it'd be an honor if you took Rod's spot. I'm like,
with an Iowa fan.
Fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be going to that. Plus, we got like the volleyball team plays Wisconsin. They play Penn State. The men's basketball team plays Creighton.
Yeah.
Like there was
So
just
the women's.
There's a
and the
lot.
women's.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. It's just going to be great.
Yeah.
I almost wish there was a softball game.
Just to
happening.
throw it in there.
Yeah. Let's get Jordy Ball out there to have her pitch. So let's see what's going on. But all right.
Is your daughter a big women's basketball team?
Yeah, we normally go with her and
Okay.
at least one of her teammates or two.
That's so cool.
That's why we have the tickets. That they just all like to go with us.
It was pretty cool.
that's
I'd
so
almost
fun.
like kind of watching women's basketball more than men's.
100%.
I think men's more one-on-one oriented
Yeah.
versus the women. It's like basketball I used to watch in
I
the
enjoy
80s and
watching
90s,
women's
how
basketball.
you're passing around and screens and cuts and
Yeah.
backdoor cuts and actually running plays
Right.
versus just one-on-one driving in, throwing
Every
up a
man
shot.
for themselves.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
pretty much every man for themselves. Well, all right, guys, thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us. It was a lot of
Absolutely. Thanks for having
fun.
us.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow at the gym.
Sounds good.
Kingdom Sports.